so goth chic today.
Goth chic?
Just everything about you is dark. It's black.
Apart from my nails.
Yeah. Like your hair is the exact same colour as everything you're wearing.
I know, I quite like it. It just meshes into one.
I hope we're both on. Hello. Hello.
Hello. I know we're sounding quite quiet, aren't we?
I know. I just wanted to turn them down a bit. And I'm really focusing on making my speech a bit more clear.
Okay.
Because there are some things I say when we do the captions.
And it doesn't pick you up.
Muffles a bit.
Is it fine for me?
Yeah, usually. So I will work on it.
That's like it's like your very own elocution lesson.
It's not coming. I don't know what that was. Okay.
It's like your very own elocution lesson, Instagram captions. If the Instagram gets your caption wrong, you're clearly not speaking the Queen's English properly.
Exactly.
Or you're not pronunciating your words properly.
Enunciating.
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 Pronunciating.
Pronunciating. Is that a word?
Don't know. Don't think so.
Pronouncing. Pronunciating. Is that what I said?
I think so.
It's like a classroom this. Every time I come in, I learn something new. Very educational for me. I hope it's educational for the viewers.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is.
Last week they learned what condensation was.
God. Let's hope our facts are straight.
It's officially been a year since we moved into the flat.
You mean the penthouse?
Yes, sorry, the penthouse.
We kind of thought it was about time to share our journey.
What it's really like living with your sister.
Navigating life in your 20s.
And all of our views in between.
Our views from the penthouse.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Welcome
Merry
back.
Tuesday then.
Merry Tuesday.
Welcome back to the penthouse.
Hannah, I'm so itchy. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I'm itchy as well.
Well, originally, I thought it was maybe our detergent, but we've not changed anything. But then Frank said last night, it could be your fake tan that you've used, because I used a fake tan. I mean, not that you can tell or anything. Look at my hands. Like when I went to get my nails done yesterday, I was so embarrassed because she was like doing all my nails and stuff, and I'm sure they don't really look at your hands. I'm sure they are like concentrating so much on your nails, but then she was like giving me
they're quite judgmental.
Oh no, the people I go to are really, really nice.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I go to a new salon now, and she was giving me like the little hand massage with the hand cream. I was looking at my hands, and it kind of looks like I have a skin problem, like a skin issue, because the skin is just, I don't know if it's quite obvious it's fake tan or if it's not.
Show me.
Well, it's not as bad today.
It's just patchy fake tan, isn't it? Yeah. No, you just look like you have dry hands, I think.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh, that's not fun.
I think I'm allergic to soap in general. Not allergic, but like every time I wash my hands, I have a weird thing with dry hands, and I always have done. I moisturize my hands to shit all the time.
That's probably why you've got dry hands, because you're putting too much on them and moisturizing them too much.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's definitely not, because I'm only doing it because when I wash my hands, I can't even straighten my fingers like this because the skin is so tight. It's like cracking.
Gosh, what?
I can't even, it's painful to straighten my fingers like that after, because it gets so dry. And it gives me, I don't think I was talking to the microphone.
That's not right.
But it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So what I used to do when I was younger is I used to fold my thumbs into my palms like this and hold my hands like this in a fist to make my palms sweat. And then it would...
Sorry. Say that again.
This is what I used to do. If I didn't have
I zoned out completely, and I was thinking about something totally different, and I just for a split second forgot we were recording.
I'm really telling you about an insecurity.
Sorry, I have no idea what you just said. You're going to have to say it all over again.
Dry hands.
Yeah, I got that bit, and suddenly you were doing thumbs and squeezing.
Okay, what I used to do when I was younger, at like school or whatever, when I didn't have hand cream on me, I would do this weird thing where I put my thumbs inside my fists like this, and I would like squeeze my hands so my hands would start to sweat, make my hands clammy so they weren't dry.
So this has always been an issue?
Yeah. Every time I wash my hands, I have to put moisturizer on them. Otherwise, it gives me like the heebie-jeebie, like I feel sick when my hands are dry. Yeah, anyway. Don't know why I told you that.
I have this thing that I get on my fingers. Do you remember when I started getting this? You might not remember, but I think it's eczema. I went to the doctors about it. Like maybe like 4 years ago when I was like 25. All happened all at the same time. Like came off the pill and then like all this stuff started happening. So I don't know if it's related in any way, but I came off the pill and then I started getting like these little bumps on my fingers and they're like really painful. And it's not like obvious, like you wouldn't notice or no one else would notice. But
Like bunions?
not really like bunions because there'd be quite a few of them, like tiny little prickle, like it would almost be like a rash, but like little bumps on mainly these fingers, my index fingers. Like little bumps, and they'd be really, really painful when I'd like hold things or like have things in my hand, or like even when I would be like holding my phone, I can feel it. I can't really explain it. But anyway, I went to the doctors. They said it was eczema.
They say everything's eczema.
But I just don't know if I believe that.
Well, do you remember when I had a really bad eczema? All over my body, all over my face.
Your face?
Yeah, do you not remember this? Maybe you weren't there, maybe you were doing your seasons. It was like during the time of that time when everything was going on. And I had head to toe eczema.
My gosh.
I remember you told you about
you
this.
used to get it in your little cracks, nooks and crannies.
It covered my body.
What?
And it was horrendous, and it was all over my forehead. I had to get, I think one of my forehead was like a fungal one, so I had to get an antifungal and also the like steroid cream. Do I want to put this on the podcast? I feel like every week it's just like, Hannah, what are your health issues this week?
What's happened to you
like
this
tell
week?
us some more of your GP notes. Basically, I had it on my boobs, and one of the signs of breast cancer is a rash on your boobs.
Oh my goodness.
And I knew I had eczema everywhere else, but the doctor was just concerned. Not that I thought I had that, but it just for kind of context, it quite severely runs in our family. There's quite a high chance that one of me or Amy are going to get it, basically, because it's 1 in 2.
Perfect.
Anyway, so I went for an ultrasound on my boobs.
Oh my God, terrifying. I want to do that. No, I want to do the thing where you go in and put your boobs on the little and they go and then they...
Mammogram.
Yeah, I want to do that, but they don't let you do it.
Why are you like, I want to do that, sounds like fun. That's
No,
really
because I want to have my boobs checked. Like, I want them to be checked.
It's so bad that they don't check you until you're, what, 45?
Is that what age it is?
Something like that. You should be allowed to go and have a checkup.
I don't understand what the issue is. Like, why can't we just go and have a checkup?
It's a waste of resources, I guess. That's the same with everything, isn't it?
Yeah, but
You'd have to pay
as
for
a
it
woman,
privately. You could probably go and pay for it.
Oh yeah, you probably could, yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, it should be like a smear every 3 or 5 years. We should be able to have a mammogram and check, because it would save probably half the people that get diagnosed with breast cancer. It would help diagnose women earlier who have breast cancer.
Well, yeah, of course. And it would prevent it getting to a stage where you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. It is actually bizarre if you really think about it, that isn't a thing. That we don't have that option.
So, for example, they don't do it for many people, but if you have a certain type of family history like we do, and then you have accompanying conditions or things like that might predispose you or might increase your risk or just make the doctor a bit more concerned about you, you can go and have the test for the BRCA gene.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you saying this. But we don't have Mum doesn't have the BRCA gene, so that means we don't have it, surely. Because Mum's been tested and she doesn't have it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't get it from elsewhere.
Oh, I thought it was literally genetic.
Well, Dad's mum also died of breast cancer.
I see what you're saying. But I think it has to be the mother. I remember in The Bold Type, because did you ever watch The Bold Type on Netflix?
I watched like 3 episodes and I didn't like it.
She goes and gets tested for the BRCA gene. And I think...
The BRCA gene.
The BRCA.
BRCA gene. BRCA.
BRCA. What is it? Barocca. The Barocca is what you put in water and down.
The Fanta type thing.
Anyway, she goes to have it, and I could be wrong. I could be getting my facts wrong, but I'm pretty sure it has to come from your mother's side.
All women have the BRCA1 and BRCA. What do they call it? BRCA 1 and 2 genes, but only some women have mutations in those genes, which would be cancer. About 1 in every 500 women in the United States has a mutation in either her BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene. if either your mother or your father has a BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene mutation, you have a 50% chance of having the same gene mutation.
Right, so mother or father. So, right, okay. So mum doesn't, so that takes that percentage down slightly, but dad could have something. What is BRCA? How do you say it?
BRCA.
BRCA, that's it. That's how you spell it. BRCA. BRCA.
Yeah, Amy, it's not a word. It's a gene. It's the code for a gene. So it's not actually a word. It's just how people pronounce it.
Okay.
What I was saying was because of our family history, etc., they said I could have the test, I think. Anyway, that's my TED Talk. What were we talking about? Eczema. Going back to eczema. I struggled with eczema so much, and then all of a sudden, I just never got it again.
So weird.
Well, it was obviously stress.
Yeah, it's stress, because when I got mine and I went to the doctors, they were like, it's obviously brought on by stress, and I do notice it. I really, really notice it now. I don't have it all the time, and it makes my hands go really dry as well. It makes my fingers, I get like patchy skin and like missing skin, and then my fingers go really dry. Just like a tiny little bit of skin will just come off. You know, if like your hands are dry and you just have like a tiny little bit of skin like missing. I don't really know. I'm sure that's normal, no? I don't know how to explain it. This sounds like I have like this awful disease and I'm like, my hands are horrid. I promise I have quite nice hands.
I used to bite the skin around my nails, and then it would be like a load of that skin on top, like the first layer of skin missing.
This is horrid. I hope you're not eating while you're listening to this. But like, it's not disgusting. It's just skin on my hand.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I'm digging myself a deeper hole here.
Here we go. I'll take it away from you. Scalp eczema, which I've never had before. And I'm wondering whether it's the new shampoo and conditioner I've been using. Just here, like in my hairline, is so dry and itchy. I'm going to get that, the Inky List salicylic scalp treatment, and it like exfoliates your scalp because I've heard really good things about it. So I'm going to get that. And also it's like clarifying for your scalp, and it will promote hair growth and all the good stuff. So going to do that. But I was like, I have eczema on my scalp. I'm sure of it because it's just like dry, and you know, because I have dark hair, you can like see the flakes even when it's clean.
Weird.
Have you ever had that?
I don't know if I've ever had that.
And I'm worried that's why my hair like falls out a lot and doesn't grow a lot, because my scalp isn't healthy, you know?
But you're saying you've only just noticed it and you think it's from the shampoo and conditioner?
Yeah, but maybe it's always just needed an exfoliation and it's just getting worse.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm lost. We've got a lot of things wrong with us by the sounds of it.
I feel a bit like the podcast is therapy.
Me too. We're really just getting everything out into the open here.
Yeah, but it's good because if people relate, then they relate. And if they don't, then they think we're weird. Today it is the 31st of January.
Yes, it is.
It is officially the last day of Dry Jan.
Veganuary, January
in general. So, in theory, I can have a drink
We
tomorrow.
should be having a drink. Oh, yes, tomorrow technically.
But I have a confession.
You fucked up, Dry Jan.
I fucked up. Only by like 3 days.
Yeah, which is silly.
No, it's because we went out. I went to meet Joe's brother and his girlfriend and another friend. And they were just down for like the evening because they were catching a flight the next day. They had given up on Dry Jan because they were doing it as well. But because they were going on holiday, they were like, well, there's no point. We're going to drink tomorrow anyway when we go on holiday. So we'll just ruin it this weekend anyway. So they were like drinking. And I got there. We went to Canary Wharf to see the light show. Oh my God, I've never seen so many people in my life. I guess it was the last Saturday that it was on. So probably a bit stupid. But it was like you could not move, sardines rammed.
What's a Canary Wharf light show?
You know Canary Wharf, the area?
Yeah.
There was like a light show exhibition kind of thing on, like all around, all outside. And one of them was the big earth, the floating earth, you know?
No.
Well, I put it on the podcast story. So
Oh, yeah,
did you
yeah.
not see
I
it?
did
And I
see
put it on
it.
my story.
Yeah, I did see that.
And they had loads of stuff, but I didn't get to see it because there were just too many people. And so many kids and prams, like trying to get through people. And anyway, we were like, let's just go to a bar. And we actually sat outside because everywhere was just packed. And I did have a non-alcoholic beer
Yeah,
to start
because
with.
in our group chat, Mum was messaging us about, I don't know, something, probably rambling on about the fact that she was married at 32 and not 31 and we got it wrong. Anyway, we were speaking in our group chat and we were trying to organise a meeting for the next day, and this was on a Saturday night, and I was going out to meet my friend who I haven't seen since before Christmas, and I was very honest. I was like, I'm having a few wines tonight, like I haven't been doing dry Jan, so I'm not sure that I'm going to be, you know, in any fit state to get up at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for a meeting. I was like, Hannah's also already out, but she's doing dry Jan ... In comes a picture of Hannah's non-alcoholic beer, and I thought, we'll see how long that lasts.
I did have every intention of sticking to dry Jan, but first of all, I didn't want to drink beer. I wasn't in the mood for beer.
You should have tried another non-alcoholic gin and tonic, because there's loads.
Yeah, but we're not at this. They didn't have a lot of options.
Right. In January, you think that's silly? You think they'd get in like lots of like non-alcoholic bits and bobs?
They don't need that.
Yeah,
people will buy drinks.
Yeah. I wonder what the percentage of people are that do dry Jan.
I had the one beer, and then I was like, "Fuck it, give me a real beer." But I only had a half pint. But oh my gosh!
Hold on. You just said you didn't want to drink beer, but then you were drinking non-alcoholic beer, but then you didn't want to drink beer, so then you got a real alcoholic beer.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
You've been rumbled.
I've been what?
Rumbled.
I'm a what? I don't know. Only got half. I was like, it's a half. It doesn't count. It was so strange because the beer, I just got a Peroni, it tasted like ethanol, like alcohol. Like I could really taste the
Your
ethanol.
alcoholic beer tasted like alcohol.
No,
Shock
but
horror.
normally when I drink beer, it tastes like beer. It tastes like juice to me. It doesn't taste alcoholic at all. But because I hadn't drank it in so long, and because I'd just had a non-alcoholic one, the taste was so different. I almost didn't like it. It was almost like I was trying my first beer again, which was actually really great.
Okay, that's quite cool.
Because it was like, it was so strange. It tasted so different.
Yeah, I guess that's like if you're like a vegetarian and you don't eat meat for like 10 years, like you eat meat before, then you go vegetarian, and then you don't eat meat for like 10 years, and then you try it again. It would be like tasting it for the first time, and you'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing.
But it was just the taste of like ethanol, which I never usually taste in beer.
We're back to the science lesson.
Mad though. Anyway, had another half, and then we went for dinner. We went to Big Easy. It was my first time at Big Easy. It was really good.
Never been.
And they had a live band, like 2 guys playing guitar. And did I send you a video?
No.
I thought I sent it into the chat. I think I did. It was so good. And me and Evie just shared a bottle of wine. I wasn't drunk, but like it hit me more than it would normally hit me, I think, because I hadn't drank for so long.
Sure.
But it was so much fun. I can post some of the videos. They were doing just like great songs, and we were singing along, and 10 out of 10 recommend going there. And it was...
What, to the Big Easy?
Big Easy, yeah. It's like a barbecue place. Kind of like stuff off the grill, like stuff off the barbecue.
What I am picturing is like proper American with like bibs, and then you eat like lobster. Why is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I know what you
like
mean.
American diner vibes with like
It's
a
not-
white bib.
it's
You
not-
put those like plastic bibs on, and then you eat like lobster with like a fork.
I guess so. There was lobster, like steak and lobster on the menu. They had such a varied menu.
I think I'm thinking of burger and lobster.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of burger and lobster.
So I think you
But
put on those bibs.
I think it's a similar vibe.
Okay.
But it was really great. I really enjoyed I think I just had a burger. But the boys had like shrimp, lamb, like lamb chop.
Oh, I love a lamb chop.
Something else, chicken, like every single type of animal on the plate, basically.
I love a lamb chop. I don't eat lamb chop that often.
And it all tasted like it came straight off the barbie. Shrimp straight off the barbie.
Whoa.
Yeah, really good. It is a chain. They have a few, but the one in Canary Wharf is cool because it's like up above the river. And they have a big terrace as well. So I think in the summer it'd be really nice. And you're like right on top of the river, and you can see, and it's...
I don't really spend a huge amount of time in Canary Wharf.
No, I hadn't been since we went with Dad and Betty. And you know, it has the thing that falls, the water that falls down in words.
What did we do in Canary Wharf with Dan and Betty?
That we just walked around. I think we went to a Spanish restaurant like a long time ago. And there's that bridge with the water that falls down in word, and it makes words.
It's all ringing a bell now.
That's still there. That's the last time I went to Canary Wharf until the other day. So when we were at the bar, there was a guy who came, like a middle-aged guy who came and sat on the table next to us. He was on his own. He had this tiny little poodle, like white, fluffy, so cute. And Evie happened to be wearing a big, fluffy white coat. The coats were identical, like the dog's coat and Evie's coat. We kind of said that. We were like, oh, like, look, you know, twins and stuff, and kind of got talking, and we were all just like stood around chatting to him, and he said, oh, the reason I'm here is because I do the same thing but in, where did he say, Lancashire or somewhere else in the country. He does the same, he puts on the light show, and he was coming to Canary Wharf to see what the one
to steal
no I think it's like
ideas.
the same, just to see how it was going, see how they had it laid out, see, you know.
Oh, so it's like the same brand.
I think
but
so,
like,
yeah.
He just does it. He just runs it there.
Yeah. Just getting some intel. He said, "Are you guys from here?" They were like, "Oh no, we're from Bath." And I said, "Oh, I'm from here. Whereabouts are you from?" And he said, "Oh, West London." I said, "Oh, what part of West London?" And he said, "Chiswick." And I was like, oh, that's funny. Like, my mum lives in Chiswick and we live not far. And he was like, what's her name?
No, stop.
As if they would know each other. Because,
Yeah.
you know, Chiswick's quite
It's very
villagey.
Yes, it is. It has a very nice feel. Like, everyone kind of, it's like a community, a very community feel.
He was like, does she have a dog? And I said, no. He goes, I probably wouldn't know her then. So everyone probably walks their dogs in the same park.
Yeah, although
like
she
Chiswick
often
Park
walks through, Chiswick Park, and she might have seen him en route.
Well, this is what I'm thinking.
Was he
I wonder
was
if
he
I'm-
was he fit?
He was really...
Could we set?
I mean, no. I wouldn't say it wasn't like a silver fox, but...
No, but could we maybe... Well, he's gone now.
He
so.
was just a really decent guy, and you know, he has nothing in like common with us, but we just started like stroking his dog. It was so nice to just have a conversation about random
I love
things,
a convo with a stranger.
which he didn't seem to care that we were like a group of young people.
No, he
like,
would have
all-
loved that.
He was just sat there eating his dinner, and yeah, he was really nice. But yeah, it was just funny.
Like, some people actually do that. Some people specifically go out by themselves to like get chatting to new people and meet new people, and you know, just have like a different night where they're not with, you know, the same people all the time.
Yeah,
Some people love a little night out by themselves, a little lonesome dinner.
I really rate people that go out on their own and just sit on their own and have dinner and stuff.
I know. I don't often go out for dinner by myself, but I often go for lunch by myself, or I'll like go and sit somewhere if I'm at... Actually, I'm lying. I don't
Do
really.
you?
Not really. Sometimes. Like, I'll go
You
to a
don't
little...
even go to the shop on your own.
No, delivery. No, I'll go to like a Joe and the Juice and get like a little sandwich or something while I'm out. Like, if I'm in like Westfield, I'll often like sit and have my lunch, or...
Sorry, the hoodie is from Sisters and Seekers is back in stock. The one I want.
Which one's that? The mink colour one. It's like a minky... It looks quite thick.
Beige.
Hood.
Yeah.
Show me. I know which one it is because it's the one I want.
I guess it's that, but in a different in the beige one.
Oh no.
The gear hoodie. I don't know. I've put a reminder on for everything on the website. So
The beige gear hoodie. That's the one we wanted to get you for Christmas,
right.
but it was
that one's
sold
also
out.
back in stock, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was talking about that I want.
That's the lifetime member hoodie.
Yeah, so nice.
Speaking of, this is Sisters and Seekers. Little number I got for Christmas.
Yeah.
Really cute. It's really thick and warm.
It's the only one that was in stock.
And then I have the trackies as well, if anyone wanted to know.
A total of 35% of legal-aged US adults skipped alcohol for the entirety of January in 2022. That's an increase from 21% in 2019. But what about the UK? Oh,
Probably a lot less.
yeah, a lot less, I think. We love a drink here in the UK. I'm not even going to read that stat out. That's embarrassing.
Really? What is it?
It was like 130,000 people or something, which is like nothing.
Us Brits love a pub sesh, don't we?
Well, I went to a lovely bar on Saturday night in Richmond. Never been to before. We got there and it was honestly like the place to be. I mean, we just about got in by the scrape of our neck, by the scruff of our neck.
Skin of our teeth.
Skin of our teeth.
God, that just makes me think of Caitlin when she goes, don't poke the goat. Or like, as clear as the wind. This is what she always fucks up sayings.
Oh yeah, she says random sayings that are just not even a saying.
What was the best one? It was like, stab me while I'm bleeding. Like, kick me while I'm down.
Yeah, that's hilarious. It was so popular, and it was like a little TARDIS. It looks so like tiny and like dingy from the outside. I mean, it's not huge, but it's just like from the outside, it just wouldn't be somewhere that you'd think to maybe walk into. It's like down one of the little alleyways. It was so nice, and there was so many people outside waiting to come in, like who hadn't booked, and people being like, oh god, did we need to book? And the bouncer was hilarious. We absolutely loved him. He got our names. He was like, girls, come back next week, like can't wait to see you. We were dancing with him by the end. We were trying to convince him to move all the tables and create a dance floor, because there was no dance floor, and we were like, we could see people like doing a little jig in their chairs, and Jess and I were like, we need to get up on the dance floor. Like, they were playing pretty good music, and we were like, come on, let's like move the tables, create a dance floor. He was like, no, and we were like starting to move them. He was like, girls, you can't just move the tables.
They want it to be a certain vibe of bar. They don't want it to be like
but it stays open till 1 a.m. So quite good. Yeah, it was just so popular. So many people wanting to go in, and we managed to get a cute little table packed. It was like a 30th birthday upstairs. Was it 30th or 40th? 40th birthday upstairs that Jess and I crashed. It was hilarious.
Is my toe in your video?
I hope not.
No, I don't think it is.
And it was just so nice. So if you're from like the southwest area,
Southwest London area, not the southwest.
Not the
England.
southwest of England, the southwest of London, Richmond, then I would highly recommend it. It's called So Bar, but I would book because it was so popular. And we met some 40-year-olds, and we were dancing with them, and they were loving it. It was good fun. It's a good night. Would be very good for a date if you're a guy wanting to take a girl out somewhere, or a girl could take a girl out, or a guy could take a guy out. Whatever floats your boat. If you just want to take someone out on a date, then I would highly recommend. Yeah, it was really nice.
I should go.
Yeah, I think you and Joe should go, and I'm going to take Frank as well.
Okay.
Just very sweet.
Maybe we should all go.
Yeah. But one thing I would say is, upon our walk home, devastated to find out that the Golden Arches closes before So Bar, so got to keep that in mind.
Oh my God.
We were devastated. Like, all I wanted was a cheeky cheese and maybe a few cheeky nuggets, but closed.
I had the best McDonald's on Sunday night. It was life-changing.
I knew you had a McDonald's on Sunday night.
I woke up to go to work on Monday, and there was just a McDonald's packet on my bedroom floor, and I was like...
I had a little look at that McDonald's receipt, and I'm pretty sure it said 3 a.m.
No, it didn't. I literally have the delivery thing.
Okay, because I was
It
like...
was not that late. It was midnight.
Right.
But oh my God, that McCrispy has never tasted so good.
The McCrispy's here to stay.
What?
The McCrispy was like
to
a
stay.
limited edition, but obviously it was so popular that they're keeping it forever.
What's a limited edition?
Well, it's like when they trial like new stuff, you know,
Right.
like they bring out new burgers, and then they'll often be like, oh, it's now like gone forever. What was that one that they did? Like the spicy ones that they did, I think. And then they obviously weren't that popular, so they didn't do them again.
No.
But the chicken McCrispy's obviously been super popular, so.
Well, sorry McDonald's, but I always said, why don't they have the chicken selects and they have burgers. Why don't they just make
in the burger?
large chicken selects and put them in a burger and make a proper chicken burger? Because I mean, love a mayo chicken.
I like
It's
that
not
chunky
that crispy.
I've got problems today. Chunky fried crispy, chicken.
Exactly.
That's my favourite kind of burger.
I'm not going to say that I thought of it first, but I kind of thought of it first, and I'm so happy about it. It's so great, and I will never have anything else. I did have chicken nuggets as well, I think. See, my scalp's itching.
There was something I wanted to clear up from last week, because last week you asked me if drink skiing was a thing, and I was quite quick to say no. And then I actually looked it up because I thought, I could be influencing illegal activity. Mm-hmm. So I looked it up, and it is actually, I don't know if it's illegal, but if you are caught or if something happens and you are over the legal limit while skiing, like I think you can be done for it.
So it kind of is the same.
I think in France, I don't think it is in Austria. Well, when I did my... When I did my ski season, in Austria. It was literally drunk people everywhere.
Free for all.
Free for all. Free. Can I just ask one thing about that saying? Is it free for all? Or is it free for all? Free fool.
Free for all.
Is it free for all the saying, but you just say it so fast it sounds like free for all?
I think so.
Free for all is the saying.
We have a lot of questions, and none of us ever know the answer. Well, free for all. A disorganized or unrestricted situation in which everyone may take part, especially a fight, discussion, or trading market.
That's absolutely what it is.
You think of the stock market like a free for all.
Yeah, free for all. Free. Doesn't make any sense, but fine.
If it was everything in a shop was free for all, everyone would be a bit
rummaging around.
like the episode of Friends where they had the wedding dress sale. No?
I don't know. I'm not the best at Friends. I know. It's quite an unpopular opinion, but like I'm just not obsessed with Friends.
It's just such an easy watch. And also, if you think about it, they're at the age, like when they start, they're like 23. And then they grow up and they get jobs and stuff and have families. I think it's fucking hilarious.
No, I do like the show, and like I've obviously seen a lot of it. I've seen a lot of the episodes whenever it's on telly, blah blah. But I wouldn't go and sit down on a sofa and type it in and search it and put it on. I'm not obsessed with it like that. Like I don't watch it as a TV show. I watch it as like I wouldn't binge it like I would like One Tree Hill or like The Hills.
No,
or like,
it's like background. It's like you just put something to have on.
I would, yeah.
And you'll always enjoy it.
But I never, ever, ever would go and put it on. I would always go for something else over Friends. Whereas some people are like obsessed to the point where like that's their Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
It's great though.
No, I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
And I make a lot of Friends references, even though I don't watch it all that much.
But see, I'm not good at like Friends references or like obviously I have seen a lot of the episodes, but like I don't really remember the wedding dress.
Literally did one in the last episode. The shoop, shoop, shoop. That's a Friends reference.
Sorry, I didn't get that. I thought we were skiing. Skiing.
It is skiing. It's when they go skiing.
See, I don't remember the episode where they go skiing.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I just wanted to clarify. If you do go out, drink skiing, and then you get caught, you can't say, well, Amy from the Penthouse told me it wasn't illegal.
Love Island has returned. Love Island UK.
Tonight. That's it, isn't it?
Ian Sterling. That wasn't very Scottish of you.
Okay, Scottish. Tonight. No, sorry. Whoa, what's going on? Scottish.
Don't say tonight. Say previously.
Previously on Love Island.
That's just American.
That's American. What happened? I need to get into it.
Love Island started. If you're not a fan, or you don't know what it is, it's basically a reality TV program.
I don't think there can be anyone in the world that doesn't know what Love Island is. It's in like America, it's in Australia, it's in like all different countries.
They have it in America.
Maybe I made that up, but it's definitely in Australia.
Yeah, it is. Because you haven't watched any of it yet, have you?
This year?
Yeah.
The UK?
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Should I tell you?
Oh no, I
things?
know that there's
two people from the Australian Love Island
two.
went in as bombshells.
So the girl, didn't she go in on the first episode? Oh, she was a bombshell.
They came in together.
I know there was a girl. I know one of the girls. What's her name?
Jessie.
I
actually really like the name Jessie. And obviously, because I'm going to be Australian soon, I think I might put it on my baby name list.
Yeah, Jessie. I like the name Jessie.
And it
I
makes
was
me
a
think
big
of
Toy Story Jessie fan. I had the plate.
Yeah.
And the cup at our dad's. We would have... What was yours? I feel like yours was Tinkerbell, which makes no sense because I loved Tinkerbell, not you.
No, I was Tinkerbell.
Yeah, but I loved Tinkerbell.
All right, you can't have them all, Amy.
I know. But Hannah had a Tinkerbell plate. So we used to basically argue about everything. So it was Dad always ended up having to buy us the same stuff and would end up having to dress us in the same outfit, buy us the same things. Like when he'd go on holidays and he'd bring us back presents, he'd have to bring us back the exact same thing because otherwise we'd be like, well, I want that one. And I'm just proving it now by saying we both had plates. So Hannah had a Tinkerbell plate and I had a Jessie plate from Toy Story and a Jessie cup.
Yeah, the cup with the straw, with the swirly straw.
I'm surprised we didn't argue about them.
I know.
That was my point.
Anyway, Jessie, really nice name. I'm not loving it so far.
See, I've heard it's really good.
It's not like gripping me, but I think we're getting there.
I've heard there's quite a lot of like drama and it's quite like interesting and exciting.
There is a fair amount of drama. I don't know whether I'm just not that interested in Love Island anymore because it's not the same. It gets more and more produced every single year.
Yeah.
But it's still something to watch, isn't it?
It is something to watch. The thing that I'm now doing with Love Island is because I don't always have the time to sit down and watch it every night. I often watch them months and months and months later once they're all out and it's not really like at the real time, which I suppose kind of defies the point of watching it because I suppose the point, it's a bit like Big Brother. The point is you're watching it as it's live. And sometimes when I'm watching The Hills now, I want to like go and see what other people are saying about it. But obviously it came out like 10 years ago. So like no one's talking about it. Just because I'm watching it doesn't mean everyone else is watching it. And I do find that quite annoying, but I don't really have time to sit down every night and watch an episode. And like,
I don't do that.
I'm out a lot of evening. No, I know, but you just like catch up on it. Like,
I watch it in the morning when I get to work. I put it there. I don't really watch it. I just more listen to it because they just sat there. They just sat chatting. Like, I just kind of listen to it.
I'll watch it like just months later and binge it like I do like The Hills at the moment. But I have to sort of be like ready
but
to,
then
to binge
I think
it.
I'd get bored. Like, I can't watch too many episodes in a row because I do get bored. It is very samey.
Oh no, see, I get really into it when I do it like that. If I'm watching one a night, I start to lose momentum. I like to watch a few in a row. So I think for me, it just works better.
Okay.
But then it's not live.
Yeah, and then you have like the suspense of, and you don't know who's going in. You've never seen them before.
Yeah.
And like,
but I've watched all the Australian ones as well, I think. And the Australian ones are so good. They're so juicy.
I haven't watched them.
Oh, you haven't watched them?
No.
They're really good. They're so much more like cutthroat. Like us Brits are quite like nice. Like we're quite like, we don't like to step on people's toes. In the Australian one, they're like, I'm going to steal your man. And they just say it to your face. Whereas we wouldn't do that.
Well, some of them do.
Really? I feel like we're more like, do it behind your back. Whereas they're like,
yeah,
I'm taking him from you. Try and stop me.
Yeah.
That's like the difference.
Would you ever go on? Obviously, if you were single.
I would like to go on and it almost not be filmed.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would be such a fun experience. And I think you'd make such good friends. Being confined with like all your friends that you would obviously end up being friends with by the end. Meeting new people. Having that experience, not being able to have your phone, like really connecting with people on a deeper level. I just think it would be such a good experience. But the filming, having the cameras there all the time, how you're portrayed, the hate, the public, all of that, I'm not sure.
For me, it is the cameras in terms of like, they're good quality cameras. And they're zoom in on like, you're lying there on the bed and you're wearing a bikini the whole time.
This is what I don't understand. And maybe they just don't show stuff like this. And maybe like they just choose the people that are like so fit and stuff. But like if I'm lying down on a bed, like I've got a double chin, like I've got, you know, half a nipples hanging out. I've got like rolls when I sit down. Like they're all just perfect.
Stubble.
There's just nothing. Like they're laying down. They do like all different angles they get filmed from. And they're just like
But if you knew you were
pristine.
going in, you would absolutely blitz yourself, wouldn't you? You'd gym.
Oh yeah,
hard. Like loads of people get loads of shit before they go in there. Like,
yeah.
get stuff
Apparently
done.
Montana, who was on a few seasons back, apparently this could be a total rumor, and I'm sorry Montana if I'm completely making this up, but I heard this somewhere and this could be wrong, but apparently before she like did Love Island, she'd never gymmed, like never, like wasn't that, like maybe just like didn't need to or didn't feel the need to or whatever. And then once she found out, she was like gym all the time. She was eating like tuna, like tins of tuna for breakfast, like being like super.
The Marlon and Terry situation, that was just good TV. And then she was like, can I have my glasses?
And then she comes back, yeah.
No, she took her glasses.
Those were the best seasons.
Yeah, when everyone would drink and smoke.
Olivia and Alex's season was the best season with Katie.
Yeah. It's so weird to watch that now. And when Zara sucks Alex off in the hideaway and then comes out and then like gets her crown taken away from her, leaves, and then Olivia gets with her. Isn't it so weird?
So
the
dramatic.
whole time she's like doesn't care. Imagine having that on camera and being able to watch that back of your husband. Ugh, horrible.
I know, but she was literally there.
I know.
It's not like it was like pre her, like she lived it.
I know.
Because I often
but like
think
it's on
about that.
it's on camera. Can you imagine like, oh, I want to be annoyed at Alex tonight, I'm just gonna go and watch him be sucked off by another woman. Sorry, it wasn't even in the I couldn't do it.
Really?
It's too cringy for me. Like I would not be, first of all, I don't fancy people very often. I think I'd get kicked out pretty soon for not like forcing anything.
No, because a lot of the people that go quite far end up being in like friend couples. Like you get kicked out eventually, but like you would last like a good while at the beginning because you make such good friends, and then people don't want to kick their friends out.
Yeah.
Actually, the best way to do it is to just make really, really good friends with everyone, because then they're never going to want to vote you out. It's only when the public start voting people out and start saying who's less compatible and who's whatever that you then would probably be in trouble. But at the beginning, you just got to make best friends with everyone.
That's true. Imagine seeing someone you know on there and just watching them be like, just say all this shit that they probably wouldn't normally naturally say.
I know.
And I would just, it's just cringe. I could not be that way. I don't know.
That person that then people are watching you being like, I know her.
Yeah.
And especially because like, I'm sure the producers edit it so much. So they obviously pick like their villain and they're this and they're that and the slut or like the...
Do you remember Jessica with the red hair?
First season.
Who wasn't meant to go on it.
From the first season, who won?
Not Jess and Dom.
No, Jess. In the very
Jessica,
first
her name
season.
was Jessica.
And she won. Yeah, Jessica. She was my favourite. I loved her. I loved her the whole way through and I could not understand why people didn't like her.
I mean, I could.
Oh.
You can see why people wouldn't like her, but...
I know, but I loved her. I always like the ones that people don't like. Like, oh, yeah, Tasha. Everyone hated Tasha. All the public hated Tasha, and I loved her. She was my favourite. I couldn't understand it. Like,
yeah,
what?
I liked Tasha as well.
I couldn't understand it. I found that so bizarre. I mean, now she's like quite popular, and I think she's like really liked now. But her time in there, when she was in there, I guess it was like more to do with the relationship with her and Andrew or whatever. But like, I just couldn't understand why people didn't like her.
Well, everyone thought she was just not treating him very well.
I know, but I didn't get it because she was not even doing anything wrong.
No, I don't.
I literally was just like, what is going on here? Like, what are people watching? I knew someone that was in it last year. Do you remember?
No, who?
Mum's the one that found out because I wasn't even watching, I don't think. I can't really remember exactly what happened. It was a guy that I like dated or went on like a few dates with like a few years ago, like before Frank.
Oh, and he went into Casa.
Yeah, and he was in Casa Amor, and Mum is the one that realised it was him because he had like quite a specific job.
Right.
He said where he was from and Mum was like, oh, that's weird. And she kind of put two and two together and texted me and was like, oh, what was his name again, that guy that you were dating? And I said, and she was like, yeah, he's in Love Island. And I was like, what? And I never watched it. I just found it so cringe. Like,
he really didn't get a lot of airtime.
Oh no, he didn't get a lot of airtime. He was only in it for like 3 days and then he like left. But it is so bizarre watching someone that you actually know in real life. And I mean, I say I know, I didn't know him that well. We went on like a few dates and but like
you knew him.
I knew him
well
fairly
enough.
well. I know him fairly well.
I remember that because I didn't know.
But you weren't here then in London.
I wouldn't have known that was the guy.
No.
Until you said.
Well, I don't think Mum ever met him or saw him, but she just recognised the job.
And what is the job, Amy?
I don't know if I should say who it was.
Yeah, go on.
He's called Jack. He was the race car driver. Race car driver that he says. But
that is so annoying because now I'm really into that and I would have really cared before.
Yeah. Oh, it's so weird to think about. He ghosted me in the end and it was all such a weird experience. It was like a month of my life that when I think back to, I'm like, what was going on?
I've done a similar thing and I just forget. And then sometimes I think about it and I'm like, did that even happen?
Was that actually me?
What was I doing with my life at that time?
Yeah, it is a bit like, what was I doing with my life?
Like, I kind of think back to it and it's almost like I'm watching myself, but it's not me. Like, I didn't live it. It's so weird.
Yeah, 100%.
I was like a different person for a minute.
Yeah, and he was quite strange. But actually...
Not your type.
I think I did watch some of the bits and I think he came across quite well, actually. I think he came across quite well and he was people quite liked him. He just didn't really get a lot of airtime and he obviously didn't create a connection and he was obviously kicked out after Casa Amor. But I think he actually came across as quite a nice guy. And he was a nice guy. It wasn't that he wasn't a nice guy. It's just, yeah, it was so weird. We went to a strip club on our first date.
What? I'm just looking him up.
Like, we ended up at a strip club. We basically went on our first date, had drinks, whatever, got so drunk, and then...
His Love Island photo was tragic.
It was tragic. It was actually so tragic. And you know what? Oh, no, I can't even... I feel like I'm slating him. I can't.
Who cares? He ghosted you.
I know. I don't think he was a bad guy. I think it was just... It was honestly so weird. When I went to Bali and then we left being like, okay, see you in a few weeks. And then like, he just... It was so weird. I did speak to him a few times while I was out there, actually. Oh, God, I can't even explain it. It was so weird.
What happened?
Oh, yeah, we went to a strip club. We just got really drunk, like drank so much. And like, we did get on really well. He was a nice guy. Like, we did have...
Hang on. So were you sat there? I've never been to a strip club.
You've never been to any strip club?
So I wouldn't even know. But were you just sat there with him, like, you know, what do you do for a living? And then there's this girl like shaking her booty in your face. And he's like, oh, I'm just a race car driver. And puts the
the money and the bump.
Puts the dollar bill
In the knickers.
Yeah.
No, so we met at a bar before. Did we go to a bar? I think we maybe played mini golf. It's quite funny because I went on 2 dates and they both took me to the same place within like a week, or like maybe not a week.
Was this off of an app?
Yeah. This was like all Hinge dating. This was like the only brief time in my life where I've ever really dated, and I think I went on like 5 dates with like, well, or I met like 5 different guys, and that was like the period of time between like my ex-boyfriend and my now boyfriend. It's the only time in my life I've ever, it was the first date I ever went on was with someone in November after I broke up with my ex when I was 25. How old am I? 25. That was for my first date.
Yeah, dating's a weird one.
He was a multi-millionaire as well. Don't know what I did letting that one go.
Love Island man.
Not Love Island man. The guy I went on my very first date with.
Golf guy.
Golf guy?
You just said mini golf. They took you to the same place.
No. Not him.
Oh.
Another guy. So basically I went to the same place with 2 guys. They both took me to the same place. And then I had to, on the second date was with Jack.
So
I had to walk in and be like, oh, never been here before. What do you do? And I obviously had been like the week before.
So you were great at the course.
Yeah, I'm not bad at mini golf, to be fair. But no, so I think we went and did that, and then we had like drinks, and then we went to like and then we went to London. Oh, I remember it so well now. I remember it so well. So yeah, we went and did mini golf, had drinks there. Then we went to London Cocktail Club, which is, like the underground. I really rate London Cocktail Club. I really like it, actually. Underground, and we sat there on this little sofa.
Oh, London. Oh, I'm thinking of Experimental Cocktail Club. Different place.
No,
Chinatown. Really great though.
No. London Cocktail Club, and we sat on this sofa, and it was quite a rogue night. I think it was like a Tuesday or like a Wednesday. Like it wasn't that busy, and we honestly got so drunk. We had so many drinks. We were doing like the cocktails that have like jammy dodgers on top, and like we were going to them like, just give us anything, like give us your best cocktail. Like it was so funny. We got so drunk, and then we left, and we were just like walking around London, and we came across this strip club, and we were like, well, should we just go in? I've been to a strip club before in Miami, so I was a bit like, if this is the same type of thing, this is going to be jokes. It wasn't at all. So the strip club in Miami was like you see in the films, was literally like you go in and there's guys sat everywhere, there's like cash machines, and there's like a bar, like not a bar, but there's like a level at the front, and you can sit around the front, and then there's like a platform, and then there's a little section where they can walk around, and there's poles, and they start on the pole, swing around the pole, then they walk around and like dance in your face, and they're like butt naked, legs spread, and it's like very much like a strip club, and you can like take a girl back to a back room if you want. Like it's literally like you see out of the films. The one in London was more just like sort of a nice bar,
like a gentleman's club.
Yeah, and that she was like,
is that what it's called?
I don't really know if that's how I would describe it, but it wasn't anything like that. There was no like poles, and there was no like platform. There was like someone singing, and it was more just like girls walking around. Like it wasn't
naked.
They weren't naked.
Lingerie.
I honestly don't even remember. I think I must have been so drunk. I can't even remember seeing any girls in lingerie, but it was definitely a strip club. It was called a strip club, but it was just like, I don't know, maybe it was just not a very good one. But anyway, we went to a strip club. And then we got really drunk, and then I went home with him and stayed at his house. Nothing happened. But then he just got very, very comfortable, and then was just like asking me round just for like takeaways and stuff. And I was like, this isn't for me. Like, I want to go out on a date. Like, it was my first time ever dating. I was like, I want to be taken out on dates, you know? Like, he just got very comfortable real quick. So my advice would be not to go home with a guy on the first night, because I just think it sets a precedent, and they're just like, oh, I don't need to like take her out anymore now, because like she's already come back now.
Yeah,
I think he was just quite lazy. Like he just didn't want to date. He just wanted to kind of do all the in between, but not actually have to take a girl out on a date, which is fine. But
yeah, we've all been there.
Well, we possibly know someone going in this year as well.
Amy more so than me, but I have met them.
Can't say anything yet because they're not in yet. I thought they were going to be in by now. They're not in.
They might be in by today, by like release
they might
day.
be in by the time this comes out, but as of recording this, they're not in yet, so I can't really say much, which is really annoying. But it's going to be so good if and when they do go in.
It'll be really interesting to see how they are, and to see people like,
because this person I know like very well,
and who knows, maybe we could have them on the pod after when they come out and get some inside knowledge.
That would be really good, but we'll have to debrief that next week And let's keep our fingers crossed that they're in by the time we come to recording next week.
Yeah, because I've already got it in my head who I think is going to go for them.
Really?
Because I've been watching it.
Oh, wow, really?
I'm always in my head like, I can see them coming in and then their head being turned. And
I'm upset because I just think it's getting quite late now.
she might be a Casa.
And I'm annoyed that you said she. Well, it's a girl anyway. I'm annoyed that she isn't in already because I just think the earlier you're in, the better. And it's annoying me because it's already been 2 weeks.
I wonder how they pick who to put in next.
I thought they planned it like way in advance, but maybe they don't. Maybe they see who's in there, and then if there's a guy in there who's like, oh, I like really small brunettes, they then throw in a small brunette, or like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, which is literally what they've just done.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know how it works. Maybe that is how it works, but I just want them to put her in already because it's getting so late, and I don't want her to be a Casa. I want her to go in before Casa.
It's weird because last year there were girls TikToking before they went in, like in their villa where they were staying before they went in, and they were TikToking like
Really?
just waiting to go into the villa. Yeah, it was Millie.
That would have been the year after. They'd have been saying just waiting to go into the villa because they were probably looking at the villa from the year after. That was probably not their year. They'd have been on Love Island the year before.
No, they did a TikTok and you didn't know who they were. And then the next day on Love Island, they came in.
Well, maybe they were.
I'm sure of it.
Maybe they were allowed to pre-film stuff and then someone posted it. No, I'm sure that can't happen. I'm sure that doesn't happen.
I'm not making this up. It was Millie and is it Lucinda?
Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
Okay, well, I don't know. I didn't think that was a thing. I'm pretty sure they get their phones taken away and they have like 2 weeks because thingy is uncontactable.
Yeah. Well, they're not doing social media this year, are they?
No, but yeah, I suppose.
I don't know. If anyone else saw that, let us know because I'm not crazy.
The weirdest thing, remember last week we were talking about belly button piercings and we were saying like, don't know if they're still trendy, like do people still have them in, have people taken them out? Because you've taken yours out, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, this is like the weirdest thing ever, and I just feel like stuff like this happens to me all the time. Obviously we released that episode today because it's Tuesday, and then I was in the shower this morning just after we got it up because we had some technical issues last week, and so I had to get it up like the morning of, and I was in the shower and I suddenly just like heard this noise like on the bath, like banging on the bath, and I looked down, my belly bar had fallen out onto the bath, and I've lost my top ball. I don't think I've put it back in. I know I have. I've put it back in, but I don't have the ball on the top. So like I've lost the top of the ball, and then I'm in the shower, and obviously I was washing, giving myself a little scrub, and it's fallen out, and I've gone, oh shit, what's that? And it's my belly bar, and I've thought, is that a sign?
That's gone down the drain.
No, it hasn't, because I've got it.
Oh, you just haven't put it back.
No, I just don't have the ball.
Yeah, so the ball's gone down the drain.
No, I think it was already off because I literally heard it as soon as it fell.
Oh, the bottom bit fell out.
The bottom bit fell out onto the bath, and I heard it as soon as it happened, and I looked down and I picked it up. So I think the ball had fallen off, and then obviously because it's still in, like it would stay in.
Remember, it's a podcast.
It would stay in, but it's just because I was in the shower, so obviously there was water, and then I was rubbing because I was washing, body washing. And I thought, is that a sign that I should be taking my belly bar out? Like, is belly bar's over? Is that the universe telling me, like, it's done?
I just think it doesn't really matter until you go on holiday because you never see it.
No, I know.
Or if your partner likes it or dislikes it or whatever.
I asked him and he just went, I don't mind. I said, oh, what do you like my belly bar? Do you know, like, should I take it out? And he was just like, don't mind.
Well, you'll have to take it out.
And I was like, well, no, do you like it? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, but do you think it's nice? And he was like, yeah.
Who was it that I saw? Was it Megan? I think it might have been Megan Grubb. You know, you told me she was pregnant. And I went and looked at her videos and stuff, her Instagram, and she still has her belly bar in.
You can keep it in for a little bit, I think.
Surely you'd want to take it out. Like I'm saying, you will take yours out when you get pregnant. If you get pregnant.
Hopefully.
I think that's what Mum did.
Yeah, Mum took hers out because I remember Mum used to have her belly pierced after, I'm sure. Because she used to have all those like long dangly like butterflies.
Yeah, but she never wore them, did she? Oh yeah, maybe she did.
I'm sure she did.
She would have taken them out while she was pregnant though.
Yeah, but I'm thinking maybe she didn't have it pierced until after she had her babies and then she got it pierced.
Rogue.
Because isn't it so weird? Like back in the day, everyone would have those really long belly bars with like
I remember
butterflies and like stars.
really liked them, and I was like mum gave me one.
Oh, I remember I used to have those little Playboy bunnies.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I had that whole pack. I had like thousands of belly bars, like so many, to buy them on eBay in like packs of like 100. And I had like all the different colour balls, and then I had like all the different colour little Playboy bunnies.
Yeah.
I think maybe I wanted to be a Playboy bunny at one point.
Playboy was a massive just like fashion thing, because I had a Playboy bunny pencil case at school.
Well, no, the Playboy hat, like the Hugh Hefner and the Playboy bunnies were like huge. You're not... Is he dead?
No.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
That was just our era. That was just our generation. Like, I'm watching The Hills now, and Brody's dating a Playboy bunny. Like, that was our generation.
But it's not just...
It doesn't
like,
exist anymore, I don't think, really.
It wasn't just like a porn thing, was it?
Oh, no.
It was a brand.
It was a franchise.
It was like I said, I had a pencil case with the bunny on. Like, I'm pretty sure I wanted like
Oh,
the
no,
bunny
because it's
and
like,
the...
it's like merch. It's like YouTubers nowadays doing like merch and stuff. That was their merch. That's how they made money.
Yeah. But
Because
it was
they were
like
so
everywhere,
popular.
and it wasn't weird for like girls to have it, like younger. It was...
It's because girls looked up to the girls that were the Playboy bunnies. Like, that was the whole point. Like, it was a selling point. Like, sex sells. Like, they were like sexy and beautiful, and everyone, like young girls, wanted to be them.
I used to love Girls Next Door. Girls Next Door, the program.
Don't know. Oh, the Playboy bunny program.
Girls of the Playboy Mansion, which it turned into. I think it was initially called Girls Next Door.
Oh, really? Yeah, I loved that as well. That show.
Yeah.
Girls of the Playboy Mansion. Yeah.
I recently listened to the Call Her Daddy episode with, was it Holly?
Yeah, she was like the original.
Yeah, and how she speaks about her whole journey and how she got into it, and it's actually not nice. Like, she wasn't...
No, at the beginning I think it was like more the porn thing, but then I think as it went along it was more like, oh, you just go in and you look pretty and you get the merch.
No, she was saying have had a favourite who he picked a favourite, and they had to sleep with him.
I think he always had a girlfriend. I think like the main girl, like Holly, was like
but they
his
didn't
girlfriend.
Yeah, but they didn't want to be his girlfriend.
Oh, everyone that come with the job.
Go listen to the podcast. It's good. It's really kind of eye-opening, because I had this vision of it being fun thing. Like, I guess that's what it was meant to look like.
Yeah.
But it was really quite shocking.
They still do stuff now. Like Misguided have done like Playboy collections, and
Yeah,
like Playboy's
that's
still a
true.
thing. Like, the brand is still around. I just don't know if they have.
But like 10-year-old girls aren't being like, yeah, Playboy. Do you know what I mean? We were so young.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure there's definitely young girls that wear Playboy. 100%. Tracksuits, like because like Misguided and all like Pretty Little or whatever all do like collections with Playboy. I'm sure there's loads of young people that wear it. I just don't know if it's they don't relate it to Hugh and the Playboy Mansion, because they probably don't really, like as you say, it's like not really a thing anymore. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he like retired from the Playboy Mansion and it's like not a thing anymore.
Hefner sold it for $100 million to billionaire Darren Metropoulos, but was allowed to continue living in the residence until his death in 2017.
Yeah, I knew he died. I thought he had. Yeah, I thought he'd passed away.
I didn't know that. So it's just Playboy is run by a team of editors and writers.
So it's just like the brand and like the merch.
The Hefner family is no longer affiliated with the magazine.
Oh, that's what it was. It was all from the magazine. The Playboy magazine.
Yeah.
And like guys used to read Playboy. That was what it was.
I think we should wrap it up for this week.
Yeah, that is the end of this week's episode.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. Oh.
Sometimes we both talk at the same time, and then sometimes none of us talk.
Don't forget to rate and review the podcast if you do enjoy it.
5 stars, please. And you can send us an email. It's just contact@fromthepenthouse.co.uk if you'd like to chat to us or send us a dilemma or just a story, or just write into us. Or if it's easier for you, obviously Instagram, TikTok @From the Penthouse. Slide into our DMs.
And now you can find us on YouTube, again, From the Penthouse, where we have the whole full episode video for you to see if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah, if you want to see us in real life.
Please do come and give us a little subscribe or a like, or what else do you do on YouTube? Comment, hit that bell.
And if you have enjoyed, or if you do enjoy listening, please share us on your stories, send our podcast to your friends, let your mum know so she can give it a listen, maybe even your dad. We have a few male fans.
We do.
I guess we'll leave you there for today, and we'll be back next week as always.
And that's it from us. We will see you next Tuesday.
What was that?
Don't know. Catch up with you later then.